So let's begin with the science class right now. Okay. So this chapter we are going to begin with nutrition in living beings and plants. So first let's talk about what is nutrition. Nutrition is basically um, like how we get our energy from. Okay, what in what form do we get our energy? Okay, for living being energy. Okay, we get it in the form of nutrition. Okay, we get it in the form of nutrition. So now food or nutrition is necessary for every living being, both animals and plants. Okay, food is important for animals too and for plants as well. Nourishment items are essential for the physical structure, growth, health, and maintenance of non-working or weak parts of the living beings. Okay, like nutrition is essential for the living beings for their growth. Okay, for them to become healthy, for their nourishment. Okay, and living beings get energy required for the essential movement from food. They get the energy for movement also from food. Okay. Cameras on, please. The process and technique of eating food and the use of its energy is known as nourishment. Okay. The process of eating food and the use of that energy which is obtained from food is your nourishment. Okay. That is known as nourishment. Nourishment is of two types in living beings. Now, this is like living beings are categorized into two parts based on how they obtain their nutrition. Okay, like how they obtain their nutrition. So, we have autotrophic organisms in which living beings prepare their own food. Okay, these plants prepare their food with the help of water, carbon dioxide, and minerals. Thus, these plants are known as autotrophic. Okay, they prepare their own food. Then we have heterotrophic animals. Animals and other living beings make their food with the help of food synthesized by plants. These are known as heterotrophs. Okay, like they are dependent on organisms for food. They do not make their own food. Okay, they are dependent for nutrition. Dependent for nutrition. Okay, so those are known as heterotrophic animals. Okay, so basically, nutrition is therefore very essential for all the organisms, okay, for all the living organisms to obtain energy to perform their basic functions, then to move, to stay healthy, for growth. All right. Then we'll talk about the process of photosynthesis in plants. What is photosynthesis? What is photosynthesis? The process by which plants prepare their food. If I say in simple language, the process by which plants prepare their food. Okay, that process is known as the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and leaves are the kitchen of the plants. Okay, it said that the leaves are the kitchen of the plants. Why is it said so? Because the food of the plant is prepared in the leaves. Okay, the food of a plant is prepared in its leaves. The process of preparing food in plants is known as photosynthesis. Therefore, all the raw material are supplied to the leaves. These raw material are absorbed by water and minerals by the root of the plants present in the soil. Now, if I have a plant, okay, if I have a plant, okay, and then its roots are there in the soil, okay, you have its roots in the soil. Now, what happens? Just a second. Yeah. So what happens that these roots absorb the minerals and water from the soil. Okay, they absorb the minerals and water from the soil and take it up to the leaves. Okay, all the raw material that is needed for the preparation of food in the leaves. Soil, from the soil, it absorbs those minerals. Okay, from the soil, the roots absorb those minerals, they travel and goes to the leaves in a plant. Okay. These absorbed water and mineral elements are sent to leaves by means of stem. Okay, through the stem, they are sent to the leaves. Okay, from here it goes, from the root it goes in the stem and to the leaf. Okay, then where was I? Yeah. There are small holes present in the layer of leaves. Hope screen is visible. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So now leaves have small openings. Okay. Small holes which helps the leaves to um, get the carbon dioxide that is present in the air. The holes are covered by epidermis cells. Holes are known as pores. Okay. Can you see in this diagram? This is a leaf. Okay. And this is open pore, closed pore, and this is open pore. Okay. Pore, and this is open pore. So when it opens, it takes in the carbon dioxide from the air. Okay. Now, leaves are of green color. This green pigment present in the leaves is known as chlorophyll. Okay, this pigment is responsible for the color of the leaves. Okay, it's present, green color pigment is present, that is known as chlorophyll. Leaves are of green color due to the presence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll helps leaves in collecting energy from sunlight. This energy is used for synthesizing the food. By food synthesis, we mean the use of stored energy, water, and carbon dioxide to prepare the food. What is synthesis? The preparation of food using the energy, water, and CO2. Okay, that is known as synthesis of food. Alright, since this process is done in the presence of sunlight, it is known as photosynthesis. Okay, it is known as photosynthesis. Therefore, in the presence of photosynthesis, chlorophyll present in the leaves synthesizes water and carbon dioxide to prepare food. This process is presented in the form of this following equation. Now, this is the equation that is found carbon dioxide and water is mixed in the presence of chlorophyll, green pigment, and sunlight, which gives carbohydrate, that is glucose and oxygen. Okay, this is in the form of energy, okay, and oxygen. Um, okay, so this is how this is the process of photosynthesis. Okay, it's an equation. This process helps in releasing oxygen. We say that plants take in carbon dioxide and give oxygen, right? We've heard this term that plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So when they take in carbon dioxide, they do it through pores, like I explained, okay, through pores. And when we say that the oxygen is released, look at this equation, oxygen is released, okay, in the after the photosynthesis process. Okay. Now, carbohydrates are changed to starch in this process. For the process of photosynthesis, we need chlorophyll, sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. What compounds are important for the process of synthesis? Chlorophyll, green pigment, sunlight, okay, water, and CO2. Leaves collect sun energy and prepare food for the plants. The life of all the living beings is directly or indirectly dependent on this stored food. Therefore, sun is the prime source of energy for all the beings. Okay, this we know sun is the prime source of energy for all of us. Then, oxygen gas, which is required for every living being, is released in the process of photosynthesis. It is impossible to imagine a life on Earth without photosynthesis. Okay, because plants release oxygen for us. Okay, they take in CO2 and they release oxygen. But we take in that oxygen and we release the CO2. Okay, so it's dependent. Okay, plants and us are all dependent on each other. Okay, all the organisms in the ecosystem, in the environment are dependent on each other. All right, for food. Chlorophyll is present in all colors of leaves. Chlorophyll is found in all types of leaves like green, red, yellow, brown, etc. These colors cover the chlorophyll of the leaves, but these leaves are involved in the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Do you know that not only leaves, but green parts of the plant, like branches and stem, also help in process of photosynthesis. Desert plants take the shape of thorns for the objective of less evaporation. Green stem of these plants prepare food by photosynthesis. Other than these, algae and weeds present on walls and in pond also prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so like desert plants, if you ask me that desert plants, ma'am, desert plants don't have leaves only. So how will they prepare food? You say that plants prepare food in the leaf. Leaf is the kitchen. So how will desert plants prepare food? Desert plants will prepare food in the stem. Okay, in their stem. And ma'am, what about algae and weeds? Okay, where do they prepare food? They don't have leaves, they don't have stems. How will they prepare food? Okay, so in their structure they prepare food. Okay, but photosynthesis process is same for all types of plants. Okay, to prepare their food. Photosynthesis process remains the same. Okay, so we discussed about nutrition. We discussed about the photosynthesis process. Okay, and we discussed about two types of beings. Okay, autotrophic and heterotrophic. So can you give me an example of autotrophic and heterotrophic beings? Anyone? So the organisms which uses the autotrophic mode are known as autotrophs. Okay, autotrophs, and those who use the heterotrophic mode. Okay, which make the food with which make the food with the help of food synthesized by plants. He, this is known as, which is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, are known as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. Okay. Autotrophic plants. If I talk about autotrophic plants, they using the process of photosynthesis, they prepare their own food. Okay, they prepare their own food. So, example of autotrophs can be, it can be plants, okay, such as it can be grass, okay, then it can be algae, okay, it can be crops such as wheat, etc. Okay, then if I talk about heterotrophs, okay, which are dependent for nutrition, which are dependent from nutrition, can be dogs, okay, birds, okay, fish, etc. So these are the examples of heterotrophs, okay, autotrophs and heterotrophs. It can be cows, buffaloes also, okay. So those are the different types of autotrophic and heterotrophic organisms, okay. Now, moving on, this you can do at home. Index questions 1.1. Okay, you can try this out. Then, other methods of nourishment. There are many plants and animals who do not have chlorophyll. Therefore, they are unable to synthesize their own food. They are dependent on the synthesized food of the plants. Many animals eat directly the plant. Some of them eat those animals who consume food. Some animals eat both plants and animals. All these animals use heterotrophy system for nourishment. The method of nourishment where living beings are dependent on food prepared by plants is known as heterotrophy. Okay, like I explained, where they are dependent on food prepared by plants is known as heterotrophy. Okay, then this type of nourishment is of various types, like herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, parasites, saprophyte, pitcher, etc. Okay, so we'll talk about what all of it is. Okay, now herbivores nourishment. Some beings gain nourishment by eating plants. Okay, herbivores means plant eaters. Okay, those animals which eat only plants. Okay, plant eating animals. They are known as herbivores. Some of them are cow, buffalo, goat, deer, camel, etc. Many people only eat vegetables, fruits, etc. They are known as vegetarians. In us, if we talk about in humans, if someone only eats the vegetables, fruits, etc., okay, they are known as vegetarians. But those who eat both, okay, non-veg and veg, vegetarian and non-vegetarian, they are known as non-vegetarian. Okay, so just like that, In animals also, there are those animals which eat only plants. Okay, then there are those animals which also eat other animals. Okay, so those animals which only eat plants are known as herbivores. Okay, they only eat plants. All right, they grass fast and store it in a the stomach of animals like cow, buffalo, etc. have four parts. They grass fast and store it in a part of their stomach. This part is known as cud. Here are some part of food is digested, which is known as ruminate. However, some animals take food back in their mouth to chew it. This is known as ruminating. Grass contains cellulose in maximum quantity. Many animals and human beings are unable to digest cellulose. Have you seen a cow eating the a plant or something? So it keeps on chewing. It sits and it chews and chews and chews. Like for hours, it keeps on chewing.
It's called
Okay.
chewing the cud, right, man?
Yeah. So that thing is known as ruminating. Okay. That thing, it's known as ruminating. So, first it like eats it. Okay. Then it goes to the stomach. Okay. And then it comes back and then it chews it through. Okay. So that process that the cows and buffaloes do is known as ruminating. Okay. Um, Grass contains cellulose in a lot of quantity, which many animals and human beings are unable to digest. Okay. So they have very big intestines. Okay. And massive, good working digestive system. Okay. All these animals, cows and all, if you've seen. Okay. So for them, it is like easy to digest this cellulose, okay, to digest all of this cellulose present in grass and all, okay. Then we have carnivore nourishment. Those animals which gain energy by eating other animals are known as carnivores, like lion, bear, fox, eagle, python, etc. Okay, like in humans, there's non-vegetarian. In animals, we have those animals which eat other animals to survive, okay, to gain energy, to gain nourishment. So those are known as carnivore animals, okay. Animals which eat other animals, okay, are known as carnivores. Then we have pitcher plant. There are many plants who catch hold of insect and digest them. Such plants can be of green or any other color. Nepenthes is one such plant. Such kind of plants are known as pitcher plants. The leaves of these plants transform themselves into pitchers and flower into flowers.
Ma'am, you're muted. I mean, I can't hear you.
Even I can't.
Yeah. So, so now we have
Your
pitcher
voice
plant.
is very low.
Very low. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's
Now
fine.
it's fine.
Okay. So, if I take my hand like this, okay, hold my fingers like this, and another hand also, hold my fingers and place it like this, okay, like this, one on the other. So this is how a pitcher plant is like. Okay, you can try it out with me. Take your hands, hold in the fingers, okay, place it one on the other, another, okay, and then when a fly comes and sits here, okay, here in between, when an insect or something comes and sits here in between, it shuts down. Okay.
I've
It
seen the same pitcher plant
Yeah,
Like my grandmother has one.
your grandmother has. Yes. So it
But
shuts
when
down.
mosquito comes, it won't do that. Only when fly comes, it does it.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't eat mosquito, it only eats flies. Okay. So yeah, they shut down. Okay, they are closed and they trap the insect inside and then they digest it. Okay, this is how they gain their nutrition. The top part of the leaves work as the cap of the pitcher. This plant has thin hair. These hair are numerous and have pores which are tilted downwards. Whenever any insect enters the plant, these pores catch hold of it. The digestive juice present in the pitcher helps in the digestion of insects. Venus flytrap and sundew are other pitcher plants. Okay, this is an example. Venus flytrap and sundew. Nepenthes also. These plants are low in nitrogen content. They end this deficit by digesting insects. These plants are found in those places where nitrogen content flows away from the soil due to heavy rains. Okay, they are low in nitrogen content. All right, so then this is a pitcher plant also. Okay, can you see this is the trap?
There's one. There's one orchid also,
Okay,
which is like this, but that one closes.
that one closes. Okay, so in this one, here when the insect comes in, okay, inside it, this cap thing closes, and here it gets digested. Okay, so like this. Then we are having omnivores nourishment. Some beings take nourishment from both herbivores and carnivores. Such beings are known as omnivores. These include humans, cows, cockroach, dog, cat, etc. Okay. I don't know why dog is mentioned. Okay, so basically
Ma'am,
they
dog
are.
is because, ma'am, dogs eat meat and they eat a vegetable.
I don't think so. I don't really know that if dog eats vegetables or not. I don't think they do. They eat dog food and meat and things, but vegetable, I don't know that dogs do eat green vegetables. So, omnivores basically are those animals which eat both plants and animals. Okay, both plants and animals, such as a bear. Okay, eats plants and animals. Okay, so those are known as omnivores. Okay, then we have parasitic nourishment. When a living being gets nourishment from other living being by staying either inside or outside is known as parasitic nourishment. These beings that get food from the body of other beings are known as parasitic. The light from where parasite gets food is known as heterotroph. Okay, Cuscuta reflexa is a yellow colored drone. This plant grows by covering other plants. This plant does not have chlorophyll, therefore it could not produce its own food. By the help of its special roots, it gets nourishment from heterogeneous plants. Okay, take examples of lice, bedbugs, fleas, mosquito, etc. How do they survive? Where do they get their nutrition from? As human beings. Okay. They get like they suck our blood. Okay, and from that they get their nutrition. So that kind of nutrition is known as from in which they get it from another human being, the body of another human. is known as parasitic nourishment. Okay. From another living being. Okay. Um, Eschers is also an example which live in human intestine to gain nourishment. Okay. So now this is parasitic nourishment. Okay, this is the images of things. This is that rope kind of plant. Okay, which I talked about. Its name is Cuscuta reflexa. Okay, this is plant. Okay, that suppresses other plants and then grows over it. Then this is some bed bug or lice. Okay. Then some plants are also
Excuse
saprogenous.
me, ma'am. Under
Yes.
the picture, why is it written eagle, vulture, and fox?
Eagle, vulture, and fox. I don't know why it's written eagle, vulture, and fox. Maybe it's like some misprint or something. Okay, so yes. Now they also have some plants which are saprogenous like mushroom. Mushroom grows in rainy season on leaves and stem. This is a kind of fungi. These spread some juice on the layer of dead and decomposed plants and organisms. Then these beans are transformed into decomposed form, which is absorbed by them in the form of food. Other types of fungi, like fungi on mushroom, pickle, leather, clothes, bread, etc., also get their nourishment in the same way. Such organisms are also known as decomposition. Such type of, I think, nutrition is known as decomposition. Okay, so now they like, have you seen fungi on the dead remain of something?
There used to be, when I used to be in school, there used to be one very big hollow tree there. And once me and my friend tried to break open the tree and it was rotten. So one side of it broke open and there were mushrooms growing inside.
There were mushrooms growing inside. Yes. So that's right. Now mushrooms grow in such type of things. Okay, on dead and decomposed plants and organisms. They obtain their nutrition from dead things. Okay, from the remains of the dead things, and they also help in the decomposition process. Okay, they also help in decomposing that dead remains of a plant or animal. Okay, so they are also called saprogenous. Okay, example the mushroom, fungi, etc. Then we are having symbiotic relationship. Many organisms live with each other. They have their shelter and nourishment with each other. Such relationships are known as symbiotic relationships. Some fungi live in the roots of plants and trees. Fungi get foods from plants. In return to this, the plant gets water and nutrition substances as help in the absorption of organisms. Lichen has two helpers. One of them is weed and second is fungi. Weeds have chlorophyll, whereas fungi do not have chlorophyll. Fungi gives shelter, water, and nutrition substance to weed, whereas weed gives synthesized food by process of photosynthesis to fungi. Now,
I read another type of symbiotic relationship somewhere else. It was that so there was this one type of shrimp, okay, and it would so like the fish would come to it, okay, and it would clean the fish's teeth by eating whatever was stuck in the teeth, and then the it was important for the fish's teeth because otherwise it would like whatever food gets stuck over there or whatever, like when they eat their food, the teeth will rot and fall out. So like it was like helping the shrimp to get its food as well as helping the fish. It was kind of disgusting, but it's like a symbiotic relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
There's a
It is.
similar symbiotic relationship like what Anaya just said, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
different one. So there's this the great white shark and one other fish will come. I forgot the name of that fish, but it has a suction pad on its back and it will stick onto the shark's belly, and then the shark will swim around, and whenever it eats things, it will spit out like bits of things, and the fish will go and eat that and follow that trail of food and come and clean its teeth.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so those are symbiotic relationships. When you help someone and they help you in return. Okay. I'm giving my friend a pencil and my friend is giving me their eraser to use. Okay. So that can be a symbiotic relationship when you are both dependent on each other or when you are helping each other out. Okay. To for nutrition, basically in this context for nutrition. So that is a symbiotic relationship. Another example of symbiotic relationship is rhizobium bacteria. These are found in roots of plants. These plants change the element of nitrogen to the air in the air. This airy change helps in the easy absorption by plants. In return to this, rhizobium provides shelter and food to plants. This plant is also very important for farmers. There is no need to give nitrogen fertilizer to the crop of pulses. Also, there is no need for fertilizers to take the next crop of the land. Okay, so it is the symbiotic relationship of rhizobium bacteria, okay, and the plant. All right. So we will stop here right now, and tomorrow onwards, tomorrow's class will begin from nutrition in amoeba. Okay, how do amoeba get its nutrition from? We'll talk about it, and math test I'll be sharing at 4. Okay, at in 15 minutes I'll be sharing the math paper. All right, so you guys can do it and submit it. Okay. And I can submit it tomorrow. It's okay. Okay. And I'll see you guys then. That's all for today. We'll see
Okay,
you.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, and bye now. Bye, Simran.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.